So the first question is, give me a little background about yourself, like your name, your age, where you're from, where you live.
Okay, my name's Devan Moyes. I'm a sergeant in the United States Army Reserve. I'm also a University of Utah student studying operations management. I'm from kind of all over the U.S., not native to Utah. So born in New York, lived in California, New Jersey, mostly spent most of my life in Kentucky, and then I spent 2 years of a church mission in Florida and Alabama. So.
And you mentioned this before, but tell me what you're studying and if there's any emphasis.
No emphasis. Right now I've switched my major from finance to operations management just recently. So.
How did you decide on your major?
Honestly, it was a professor here, Professor McGall at the business school. He's taking his business statistics class, and we just talked about kind of more of the operations. My future goal is to get my master's in healthcare administration or hospital administration. And so I figured that would be a good leeway into getting into that field, operations and understanding how things work in the hospital and healthcare field.
Are you involved in any extracurricular activities here at the U?
At the U? I've attended the Future Healthcare Leaders of America club a couple times. I'm not sure that I'm officially affiliated with them. And I think that's pretty much it. So right now, this is my first semester, so I wanted to make sure that it's not too heavy of a load to get involved in too many activities right away. But I think next semester I'll definitely get more involved.
Why did you decide to attend the University of Utah?
It drew me because I really love Salt Lake City. I lived in Provo and I lived in Salt Lake, mostly in Salt Lake because I attended LDS Business College before. And then I also attended Utah Valley University for a semester. I love Salt Lake City, the downtown feel, and I know that the University of Utah is a quickly improving and higher ranking business school as it goes on, and so it's kind of a cool experience to be part of that. That's something that I wanted to be a part of while I'm here and get my education here as well.
How is education important to you?
It's I think with my time in the military has shown me that education is everything. While I do love the many benefits and the experiences that the Army has provided me, it's taught me that that's not something that I want to do for a career. It's taught me a lot of valuable lessons in discipline and structure. But it's taught me that there's more that I feel like I can have more opportunities to change things. With a greater education, it allows doors to open for me to help people and also help myself in my future.
So tell me a little bit about your family. Has anyone in your family attended college?
They have, and it's funny because my father, he attended BYU, graduated BYU with a degree in marketing, but he got his master's or his MBA here at the U. My mother also, she's a Florida State graduate, and got her master's at BYU, and older brother went to BYU, older sister went to BYU. And I'm the middle child. And my younger sister is currently going to BYU. Her husband just graduated from BYU, and my youngest sister is going to BYU as well. So education is obviously I'm the black sheep of the family, but education is very important to my family. It's something that's always been instilled from my parents. It's important that if there's goals and dreams that we have, education is vital to achieving a lot of them. And it doesn't mean that you can't be successful without an education, but there are other things that you can do to achieve different dreams and open different doors, not only for yourself, but for other people as well.
Are or were any of your family members in the military?
So my grandfather, he served in World War II, and as well as in the Korean War as a naval fighter pilot. And two of my uncles were in the Navy as well. in Vietnam. So, but that my mom's side or my dad's side didn't have any military, just my mom's side.
What events led you to join the military?
I think it probably falls under the cheesy category. I didn't need money for school. I had scholarships before. My grades are pretty decent, and I come from a very, good environment to where money's not an issue, as well as anything else. I'm doing okay, and so I like to think that my decision to join the military is not one based off of providing for school. While there are great benefits for school, but it was one of, I've noticed that particular men that I admire, for example, my grandpa and other people that I know and love and admire, a lot of them share the same attribute, and that is at one point in their lives, they have served in the military. And so I saw that and I said, that's something I want to do. I don't know that it's something I want to do for the rest of my life, but it's definitely something that they took the time out of their lives to do if they had the opportunity and did it. And so if I can share that common attribute with them, that's something that I want as well.
And was there a main reason or the biggest reason why you joined? Was that it?
Yeah, that was the biggest reason. And have a little bit of adventure, share some good attributes with people that I admire, and I definitely feel like I got the first one. I got that adventure down. So,
how would you describe yourself prior to joining the military?
That's a tough one. I don't know that I really took a self-analysis prior to joining the military. I would like to think that not a whole lot has changed as far as my core attributes. I've definitely experienced some things that will change and have changed my life and will for the rest of my life, more due to events that occurred while I was deployed in Iraq. But I would like to think I'm the same kind of happy-go-lucky, I like to think I'm an okay or well-rounded person beforehand, so I don't know. It's a tough one.
What was your perception of the military before you joined?
My perception of it was that there was really good structure, and that's something I value. Organization, structure, discipline, which anybody who knows me, well, there's an answer. This is the answer to your question before. Anybody who knows me prior, back in high school, and would say that those are all things that I did not possess. I was always the kid making jokes and getting kicked out of class and getting in trouble. I think with the culmination of other events in my life, all that changed and kind of went away. So there was a maturation period, probably when I was anywhere from 19 to 21 is when that kind of happened, and then right after, around 21 is when I joined the military. So
did you join after your mission?
I did, yes.
What is your perception of the military now?
It's different when I've viewed both sides. I've viewed the side of the reservist as well as those on active duty in my encounters with them while I was deployed in Iraq. It's definitely two different systems, what it feels like. I don't want to cast a negative light on it, but it's different. You have to learn almost two different types of communication with active duty and reservists. I feel like reservists have more of a understanding of how most of the world operates, whereas you get a lot of people in active duty who have come straight out of high school right into it, and this is all they know. And so their way of understanding and problem solving and how the rest of the world really works is, I feel like, skewed. But yeah, I think that's all I'll say about that.
And this is speculative, but what do you think you would be like if you hadn't joined the military?
You know, I would definitely be further ahead in my education. What I would be like. You know, I've thought a couple times about what would happen. I actually ran for student body president at LDS Business College, and I lost. And I often thought, and because I lost, I believe that that's what, if I had become LDS Business College student body president, there's no way I would have joined the Army. And so I think about that point in my life where two roads completely separated. And, you know, it's hard to say. I think that there would still be that desire to share those attributes of the men that I admire in my life. Maybe I would have pursued still a part of being in the reservists, but probably not with the Army. Greater chance of being deployed, knowing that going ahead of time, so I may have joined the Air Force or something like that as a reservist. Still have that, but knowing that odds are I'm probably not going to get deployed is kind of nice. But that changed, and I did lose, and I joined the Army full well knowing that probably within the next year I was going to get deployed. So it was a choice I made.
So you've said this, but what branch of the military did you serve in?
The Army Reserves, yeah.
Can you provide the date you joined?
I believe it was November 19th of 2008.
And are you currently active duty, guard, or reserve?
Reserve.
And how long have you served?
So I'm coming up on my 4th year this November.
And what is your occupation?
So what I do is I do finance support, which is, I believe, a 36 Bravo. Our main job while we're in theater is to obviously provide support to the soldiers with any type of monetary issues, whether it's their own pay or issuing them money, as well as transporting large amounts of cash throughout Iraq, whether it's dinar or American cash. And so at one point I think I totaled close to about $4 million of my accountability that I moved throughout Iraq at different points. We deal with different contracts that we do with special forces, as well as the Iraqi contractors and civilians there. So.
And did you get to choose your occupation?
I did. Yeah, I thought it would help me more in the civilian world, choosing a finance background with the military. So I'm finding out it's probably not the case, but it's okay. The fun thing about finance in the Army is actually you kind of have a hand in a lot of things, and so you're able to experience a lot of different environments, whether that's going out on convoys for different missions or spending time with special forces groups and different things. So you still get to experience a lot of different things being in finance. So that was fun. There were different situations we got to encounter because of it. But as far as what I've learned in the Army and applying to what I'm learning in school, they're different. So yeah, I don't know how to finish that, but.
And where were you stationed?
I was in 2 different posts most of my tour. The first, I was in Delta, which is right off the Tigris River in Al Qut area. And then the second area was Iskandaria, basically Babylon, at a post called Kalsu.
And can you include any dates in those? Or do you remember?
You know, I can't remember.